Hello peoples! As any of you know that may follow my channel, I am not much of a tech review type guy doing in-depth technical things, but when something cool comes along, I like to show you guys. So if you stumbled across this channel just to check out what it is, you ain't gonna learn shit today. But I'm gonna go through, here it is. And I'm gonna go through some of the features that I think is very cool on this. Now there are reviews out there already on this guy's bigger brother. This is the Zeez 20x20. This is a prototype that was sent to me by the Zeez man himself, Mr. Guido. Shout out to him. Thank you very much for giving me this thing to try out. So we're gonna go through the top things that I think are awesome on this board, not an in-depth technical every freaking spec on the thing. Number one, well, it's not really in a certain order, but these are my top picks, is the USB-C. Flight control people, take heed, take note, whatever you want to say. Everything we have these days is USB-C. My phone, my cameras, everything. Please, everybody start using a USB-C. I only have to keep one freaking micro cord with me anymore because of flight controllers. So there's that. The second thing, obviously, is the ingenious way he has done these LEDs plugged directly into the board. There is nothing worse than doing a race build and trying to wire up all the freaking LEDs and having wires going everywhere to short out, break, cut, whatever. It is a freaking pain in the butt. So this is absolutely freaking awesome. You just slap it on there, tape the things to your arms, program them, good to go. The next thing that sticks out to me is it has 5 volt 3 amp BEC on here, which a lot of you guys will hook up a video VTX and wonder why your video is crap. Well, your board's only putting out, most of them are only putting out 1 amp or 1.5 amps. So even though you may have it set at 200 milliwatts, you're only getting 25 milliwatts because it doesn't have the amps to push it. And the VTX power is selectable. You can select 5 volt or VCC, which is awesome on a flight controller. Very few have that, so you can use whatever freaking one you want. I do believe this board is designed to use the TBS Nano 32. It goes right in there with the pin headers, and that's something else that we'll get into. The pin headers can also be used to mount your Crossfire or whatever your control link you want to use on here, but I am not a fan of these pin headers. You do not have to use them if you do not want to. Every time I have used pin headers, I've had a problem with they either vibrate around and end up cracking the solder joint in here, and then all of a sudden I'm fail-safing and can't figure out why. And it will happen, I guarantee you. I don't care how good of a solder person you are, this board flapping up and down and that build vibrating is gonna crack those loose. The other thing is if I ever have to separate them, I end up ruining one or the other trying to get the freaking pin headers off of there. So I'm just gonna use little wires and then double side sticky tape it in its little spot. I'm gonna do the same thing with my VTX. I'm actually gonna use a tank, maybe this tank, and stack it on top. But anyway, there's that. There is also VTX control on here to switch your VTX on and off. And of course it is an F7, so there is a plethora of UARTs to use on this little guy. As far as I know, to date, there is not yet a Zeez 20x20 ESC. So I'm gonna run mine with a good old freaking hobby wing. Rock solid. I love these things. It's my go-to, but don't worry. This board comes with a plethora of freaking connections to build your own. So it's easy just to build your little harness, plug her in, and you're good to go. It does have onboard data black box. I've never used black box before in my life, but if that's something you're into, it has it. Let's see, what else do we have? It takes up to 8S. So that is fantastic, and that's about all I can think of as far as Oh, it also has an onboard LC filter, but that's about all I can think of as far as the standout features for me. I will be putting this on this MCK Lite, which, as you can see, I use plastic screws, 25mm plastic screws, and then I cut them down to whatever I want. I don't believe in the metal screws because if you flex while your ESC is hot, you can break traces in there, even though it may be soft mounted. Now, let me tell you something. If you use these, like everybody says, they absolutely will break. Do not use these. I don't even know why manufacturers, suppliers include those in kits anymore. They're complete garbage. They always break. But I, for 2-3 years now, have been using these, and you can see they're nice and flexible. These do not break. I have never broke one. I use them on all my freaking builds, and with all the rubber mounts, everything being rubber mounted now, 99% of the stuff just stacks up on there without having to do anything else. Worst comes to worst, you use these little rubber O-rings and stick in between there to separate your boards, and that's it. So anyway, all that being said, there it is. There's my quick overlook of the new Zeez 20x20. Hopefully they will be coming to a cool ass fucking dealer near you soon, somewhere along the line, when everything gets back up to speed as far as production and delivery and shipping and all that crap that ain't happening real good for everybody right now. So there it is. And always remember, guys, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Peace. Whoa. Holy crap, are those things bright. My God, nobody's gonna miss that thing. Shoot.